Applied ribbing is a crochet technique that creates rows off the body of your work that are then attached or applied onto the body as you go. To create applied ribbing, you'll start by chaining to the desired length of your ribbing or what your pattern says, and then add one more chain. Applied ribbing can be created to any length you need for your project. Now you'll work back down the chain you just created towards the body of your project. Starting in the second chain from your hook, single crochet in each chain across. I like to work into the back bumps of my starting chain, especially with applied ribbing, because then you'll have that very clean edge on that first row. It will make seaming, if you're doing a round ribbing, like on a hat or sleeve, much neater and easy for you. Or if this is on something flat, your ribbon is often the finishing touch on a piece, and the edges will be visible to people when you wear it or when you display it. Now that you're back to the body of your project, you will slip stitch into the next 2 stitches of the body. This may be stitches or it may be the edges of rows. Either way, place 2 slip stitches evenly into the body of your project, and that completes row 1. For row 2, the slip stitches will work as your turning chain. So turn your work, skip the first 2 slip stitches, and begin working back along the first row. You're going to single crochet back loop only in each stitch across. This can be back loop or front loop, whichever will leave the unworked loop on the right side of your project, and then place a single crochet into the last stitch of that row. Now that you've reached the end of row 2, you'll chain 1 and turn to begin row 3, just like in any other project. You're going to single crochet the first stitch and then single crochet front loop only of each stitch across. And then once you get back to the body, again you will slip stitch 2 into the project of your body to anchor it down and work as your turning chain. Now that we've completed those, you're just going to simply continue to work row 2 and row 3 along the edge of your project. For row 2, you'll turn, you'll skip those first 2 slip stitches, single crochet, back loop only until 1 stitch remains, single crochet the last stitch, and then row 3, you'll chain 1 and turn, single crochet the first stitch, single crochet front loop only each stitch across, and then slip stitch 2 into the body to anchor it. If you're working this in a project that's going to end around like a hat or a sleeve cuff, you'll just simply seam your first and last row together, and then as we stated earlier, if you've worked in the back bumps, that edge is clean enough, you just leave it on the fronts of cardigans and things like that. Applied ribbing is a great technique to have in your bag of tricks, and I hope that you can find lots of things to use it on. Like I said, am making a hat. This is the Masonry Beanie. The applied ribbing gets folded up like this. And then I also love applied ribbing on things like cardigans. I've used it here on my Chestnut Cardigan on the front and around the sleeves. There's so many things you can do with applied ribbing. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please hit subscribe and the thumbs up.